Now they lost it on the 40 acres on campus grounds. We gather around, discussing goals and dreams and life's adventures. The Texas Longhorns, they're the talk of the town. High castles of the 40 acres, where we dive deep into the game day stories. From touchdowns to heartbreakers, we discuss it all. Texas Longhorns glory. Here we gather around each Thursday night, talking sports, it's so alright. From football to basketball, baseball to softball, Tim Wayne and Harry, we cover it all. Sports talk is our passion, our delight. Thursday night at 8:30, we unite. We discuss the scores, the plays, the teams who might. Let's dive into the game, let's ignite.
12 conference champions.
Good after. No, wait, this is an afternoon. Oh, my man. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. We're a little bit past the afternoon. You know, I sleep in the afternoon, so I kind of forget what goes on. Hope you guys are doing well. Tim is orchestrating a choir as we speak. Tim, how you doing tonight?
Hey, man.
Awesome.
It's week 0, dog. It's here. It's
here.
here.
Wasn't there technically a game tonight?
Not that I know. Maybe.
Hold on.
Maybe.
No, Florida State and
They're tomorrow.
Georgia Tech plays in Ireland on Saturday.
On Saturday?
Yep.
Yes. There's reports it's supposed to be like 30,000 Florida State fans there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
Hey, I'm no geography major, but I think like Florida State or Florida is probably like a hop and a skip over to Ireland. So it's probably not that far.
Maybe they found some good flights. Hopefully there's no issues with any cloud services.
Yeah, fair. 2 days. There's 4 games on Saturday. There's Florida State Georgia Tech. That's the 11 a.m. kickoff live from it's called the Aer Lingus College Football Classic. Never heard of it? It's live from Ireland.
They built a college football stadium just for college football.
Oh, in Dublin.
Right.
Is that what they did? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's a thing. That was worked on a couple of years ago because this is like the 4th or 5th year where there's a game that is in Dublin, Ireland. And shout out to them because from what I've heard, they're super hospitable and they're super duper nice. So shouts out to them.
Shout out to Dublin.
Yeah, for sure. I've heard so many good things about it. I'm excited again. And I know it's week 0 and our guys aren't playing until next week, but it's still something to be excited about for sure.
Well, SMU starts their ACC season this weekend.
Yes,
they played in Nevada on Saturday night evening.
Right.
Well, I guess Saturday night, right? 7 p.m. That's like a very interesting game. Of course, we know former linebacker coach is now the new head coach, Jeff Choate, making his head coaching debut on Saturday night against SMU. So good luck to him.
And you also know who's there as well at Nevada.
Yeah, well, we got what's his name? I totally blanked on his name literally just now. Savion Red is there, and then there's also a couple other guys.
Yeah, it's a couple guys. It's a couple guys there. It's a couple guys.
Some former Longhorns making their season debuts with the brand new head coach, Jeff Choate. We wish him the best of luck. We will be tuning in. Yep. Just an FYI, Nevada is 25-point dogs.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. It's kind of crazy.
That SMU team is going to be really good. Speaking of SMU, we've got some SMU news to talk about on the positive side. But before we get to that, of course, my name is Harish. This is my guy, Tim Wayne, for the Texas Longhorn Fan Battle Podcast, brought to you by none other than fanbattlesports.com. Fanbattlesports.com, where you can get the latest and greatest on the AFC South, including Anthony Richardson, A.D. Mitchell and the Colts.
Who balled out today, got a touchdown. I was watching that before.
We did. And we posted it. A.D. Mitchell's first career touchdown. Listen, if Anthony Richardson can figure it out, that Colts offense is going to be really, really, really good. Like I'm talking like top 5 level. That offense has top 5 level potential. That is going to be an electric offense if Anthony Richardson can figure it out. A.D. Mitchell did get wide open on the 3rd drive, and he just shelled it a little bit. If he can figure those things out, no, bro. Yeah. As a Colts fan, I'm very excited.
A.D. Mitchell looks really good, man. Both of them look good.
Yeah, so that's very exciting for us Colts fans. We haven't had an offense this electrifying with this kind of electrifying potential since Peyton Manning left. So,
no, dude, that 2011, 2012 Andrew Luck team, they got to the AFC Championship. That
offense wasn't electric. Andrew Luck was just really fucking good. That was Andrew Luck's best season as a pro.
Yeah.
That offense was trash.
Andrew
Luck was just really good. Andrew Luck was just really good.
Speaking of Andrew Luck, do you think we'll see him in college football? Like, do you think he'll get an ultimate team card?
Yeah, probably like some kind of like ultimate alumni or something like that. Yeah. I think that's like something you don't bring out until like way down the road.
Okay, all right.
Because here's the thing, that they're getting all their NFL guys out there now, right? So
Right.
they can, because Madden Ultimate Team just came out, right?
Right.
And so you want to get your NFL guys out of there. Now you're starting to see. Is there a Johnny Manziel card yet?
No.
You'll start to see those come up. Vince Young just finally got a card, right? He finally got his first card in the game. I think as you get into the college football season and they start to release legends, you might even get an Andrew Luck legend card.
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
Vince Young was a card that was last week.
That was the legend card, and that I heard that card is insane.
It's a 4 billion coin card. It's the best card. It's the best quarterback in the game currently.
Yeah, that's
he's a monster. He was
a monster in real life, so I'm glad that they did him justice.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm pretty sure, like, throughout the season, and we know they'll eventually upgrade that card, especially based on the fan base. Like, a lot of people are asking for like tons of different cards and tons of different players. And don't be shocked, because we did see a legend retire this week. Tavon Austin retired.
Did he? Oh yeah, he did officially retire.
He retired. Yeah, he retired.
You get like a crazy Tavon Austin West Virginia card.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
That'll be insane. Yeah. So if you guys are in the college ultimate team kite world, like Tim is, then that's awesome. Enjoy. Those are gonna be some cool cards. I myself am in year 13 of my offline dynasty.
Do you have 13 national championships?
No, I have 2. I'm in year 13 though.
You're in year 2 and you only have 13. You only got 2 college championships?
Bro, the game's hard, man.
Are you playing on Heisman?
Yes.
That's why. We'll do you in.
And also, and then now it's like the crazy thing. So I started with Washington State because I was like, oh, this seems like a fun team I can build up. And then so I won back-to-back national titles, and now I'm at Washington.
You haven't won since?
Huh?
You haven't won since?
I'm in the second year. I'm going into my third year with Washington. I'm 4-0. I'm about to play again. I'm gonna play again with Michigan tonight. It's only my third year there. So, but Washington State is a powerhouse. They're like number 1 every year.
Oh wow! And you actually have a pretty significant game. Speaking of college football, against an actual coach, former defensive back coach at Grambling State.
Not looking forward to that. That was not fun the first time I played him. No, I wanted to, and now I have to play for. I'm even shocked I'm in the conference championship. I'm 7-5. Funny story. I'm 7-5 in that dynasty. All 7 of my wins are conference wins. I'm 7-1 in the conference.
That's great. That means you can still do something.
I'm 0-5 everywhere else. 0-4 everywhere else.
That's a good problem to have. You can still win your conference even though you dropped a bunch of games, that are out of conference, but your out of conference games were real people.
Yeah.
So
coach is listening. I'm about to ruin his season anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, fanbattlesports.com.
The Sam Houston Bearcats.
No, we're still a bunch, man. All 4 of my recruits, we ready to roll. Fanbattlesports.com. Also, if you're interested in joining the network, go to the contact us page, fill it out. Let us know that you're interested. We'll get y'all hooked up. Graphics, StreamYard accounts, all the stuff you need. Fanbattlesports.com. Also follow us on Twitter at Longhorn Fan Battle, at LH Fan Battle. And then if you're here live in the show, hit us up on YouTube at Longhorn Fan Battle. Subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what your predictions are for the season. Give us some hot takes here in the comment section. We'll show them up here below. We have lots to talk about today.
Yeah, we do.
I have 5 topics that we need to get through today, and we've got about 45 minutes, 50 minutes to do so. So we're going to get right into it. Tim, I want to start with some transfer news out of the transfer portal. As we were mentioning before, players can once you're in the transfer portal, you can kind of transfer whenever you want. Well, Texas has a running back problem, and SMU had a running back solution for Texas. So late last night, it sounds like Tim mentioned Velton Gardner, running back out of SMU, has decided to transfer to the University of Texas. He has joined the team. I believe he join them today? Is he going to be here this weekend?
He should be here. He should be here. I want to say this weekend he should be here. He's out of Dallas, so he's local.
Okay.
Belton Garner, he's kind of had an interesting football career. He started out in 2019. He originally signed with Kansas, then he backdoored and went to Grambling State, and then he committed to SMU. So he did play last year. He started 10 games. Again, he's a graduate transfer, so in this situation, it's a little bit different. When you're a graduate transfer, he declared for the portal after the season, so he's been in there for a while. Apparently, there's been a number of like running backs that were in the market, but they felt like Velton was the best choice. He's not a super big guy, but he is a durable guy. He's about 5'9", about 189. And he's a durable guy. I don't want to say that he was the guy because I didn't get to really watch SMU like that. I did watch a few SMU games like that. I mean, he had 23 attempts for 137 rushing yards. So he didn't really get to play a lot, but he did.
Yeah, not a lot of truck on his wheels.
Yeah, he's not beat up or worn down. So he's got fresh legs, man. And listen, the gauntlet that he's about to face, we're gonna need all hands on deck. So I'm really excited about the pickup. From the tape that I did see, he doesn't look bad at all. Again, he was at Kansas at first, ended up in Grambling State, and now he's ended up at Kansas or enrolled in Kansas, ended up at Grambling, made his transition over to SMU, and now is a Longhorn. So we welcome the guy again. You know, it's just, hey, you gotta come in. I'm pretty sure the coaches will get him caught up. The most important thing is whoever steps in, and I don't expect him to be a starter over Jaden Blue. I expect him to be a number 2, maybe even a number 3, because again, he's got to learn the playbook. He's got to learn how to pick up blitzes. He's going to have to learn, the passing schemes and everything of that nature. So I'm pretty sure he'll start out as special teams as well, as a special teams guy. Usually those third and fourth running backs, they're usually on the special team. So it's a good pickup, in my opinion.
So I did just pull up like his highlighting. He had like a 60-yard run. So he's got some speed to him. He's got some elusiveness. When we talk about just storing guys, just in case something happens, if you look at this running back room,
it's deep.
It's something that's obviously an area of contention for the Longhorns right at this roster. You lose 2 guys to crazy injuries for the season. So yeah, I mean, it's a guy that you have the flexibility to have on your roster, right? And you're looking at a position of need. He fills that position of need. He's a guy that's played a little bit. I don't think they're going to expect much out of him, but he's a guy that if you need somebody to come in and run a couple plays or finish out a game in a blowout, yeah, he's a guy that can definitely come in and do that for you. Yep. I wouldn't expect any kind of significant playing time from him, right? Like, he's not going to come in and be your bell cow, right? That's definitely not his role. But he's definitely going to come in and fill a need if as necessary. Mm-hmm. So welcome, Velton. Welcome to the 40. Hook 'em horns, and we're glad you're here, buddy, because we can definitely use some help at the running back position.
Exactly.
All right, Tim, let's get to some real recruiting news. You want to start with the good news, the I don't know the news, or the bad news?
Let's get the bad news out the way first, because I don't really want to harp on it. Yesterday I did. I really wanted to talk about it, but as the day has gone on, like, it's over and done with. Like, it's not that I don't care, because I do. It's I don't necessarily know what this came down to. I don't know if it's playing time. I don't know if it's NIL, but I've got a feeling, and based off what Anwar and Catch were talking about yesterday and what they've talked about at nauseum today, it sounds like it's a little bit of both. It sounds like it's NIL. It sounds like it's playing time. It sounds like it's all of the above, all of the stuff that that are important. And
Yeah.
when some of those things don't align, it changes things. It changes perspectives. And for sure, like again, you know how I feel about Texas kids. I don't want Texas kids leaving Texas. I don't. I just don't like it. Especially not to somebody like Oklahoma. So this kid, it hurts losing that kid because I do believe he's an instant starting right tackle or left tackle, depending on wherever you want to put him. In my opinion, they did, again, Catch did, and Anwar did go into depth about, he might have to sit down. And again, this is a situation where we haven't had this type of conversations, or we haven't had these type of problems in a while, and
Yeah.
to have these type of problems is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. In my opinion, you just can't lose 5 stars like that. That just hurts. That hurts.
If I wanted to, this is what I'll say. It sucks to lose these guys, right? And look, it's obvious, right? But I'm gonna put this twofold, and as we talk about recruiting in general, I'm gonna put this twofold. It sucks. I'm not gonna sit here and say, yeah, man, losing 5 stars to your rival is awesome. No, it absolutely sucks.
Right.
Right. But there's still time. But how many recruiting battles are we going to continue to chase every single year, especially as you get into the dogfights of the SEC, right?
Right.
We've got it. We're about to prepare for a season where you're potentially looking at, look, I get that there's staffs, I get the blah, 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 blah. I get all that stuff, right? I completely understand that. But
right.
These big guys, for the most part, have made their decision. Like, I don't expect a Decorian Moore to flip. I don't expect a Michael Fasusi to flip. Now,
Right.
that doesn't mean it won't. You can never say never, right? Because we never thought either of those guys would leave Texas, right?
Right.
We thought those were Texas locks, and we were incorrect, and that's completely okay. You know what? I'm not a recruiting expert, so honestly, I really don't care if I'm right or wrong, right?
Right.
If there's anything I've learned about this particular recruiting class, though, they change their minds.
They're very fickle. Very fickle.
Day, right? This particular draft class or recruiting class changes their mind every single day, right? Yeah. There's this guy. I don't know if you know this. There's this guy who flipped from Auburn to Alabama 4 times.
No, I did not know that.
So let me find his name. I think I want to say it's like Cam something. Let me see. Football player.
From he flipped 4 different times, or did he flip to Auburn 4 times and flip to Alabama 4 times?
Yes, that's what he did.
Oh my God.
Not Cam Coleman. Oh shoot.
What did he end up settling with?
He still hasn't. He's in the 25 class.
Oh my gosh.
He basically last year, I think he visited one of the two. And then after he visited, he committed to, I think it was Auburn or something like that, right? And then he took an unofficial visit to Alabama, and after that unofficial visit, he flipped. And then he took another official visit to Auburn or something like that. And then he flipped again. And I think Antonio Coleman is his name. Defensive line, yeah, it is the guy. Defensive lineman. Yep. So he flips from Auburn or from Alabama initially, and then he flipped to Auburn, and then he visited Alabama on an unofficial visit, and then flipped again right after Kalen DeBoer gets hired.
Wow.
And he took another visit, I think in like April or May or something like that. And he flipped
These are
again to
unofficial or official visit?
both. A combination of both.
Oh
And
wow!
then he
So he's
flipped
using
back
his
and
own
forth like
money.
4 or
He's
5
using his
times.
own money in to get back and forth with these unofficial visits. I mean, they still show him, give him the treatment, but they just can't do it on the dime as they do it on an official visit. An official
Yeah.
visit, they can go all the way out.
Yep.
Is
So
this a highly ranked player?
yes. Well, he's a 4-star guy, right? He's ranked in the
Okay.
top 100. But yeah, and then on July 27th, he flits at Alabama from Alabama back to Auburn. So now I think as of today, he's currently an Auburn commit.
Okay.
So this is his 4th time flipping. So I don't believe anything this particular class does, because there's a lot of like flips. I mean, we got a flip. We obviously we got the guy. Get the guy from Oregon who was the defensive lineman who committed to Oregon, who we thought we were going to get, and ends up flipping to Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Brown flips from Texas to LSU. So it's there's a lot of flipping in this class, and I think that what that tells me is this is truly like until there's ink to paper thing, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to like panic on anybody one way or the other,
Right.
but it's like you're dating somebody, right? And then the girl that you're dating is picking between you and the other guy. And she picks the other guy.
Okay.
And it's like, damn, that sucks. Well, maybe something will happen with her and that other guy, or maybe she changes her mind. I don't know. But how often does that happen?
Man, it happens more often than we like to think, just not on this big of a scale.
Right. Exactly, right? Or it's like you were dating this girl, she ends up maybe almost marrying this guy, right? And then she realizes that wasn't the right guy for her. And then she breaks up with him and then comes to you, right? That doesn't happen often. Like this, that's what some of this feels like. Like they're in this long dating relationship, they're engaged, they might get married, and then as soon as the vows are said, she like leaves that, she leaves them at the thing, whatever you call that thing. I don't know what you call it. The apron. What do you call it? The thing that they stand on when they get married? I don't know. Anyway, who cares?
The altar.
The where? The altar.
The altar.
I said
I got you.
Man.
I get what you're putting down.
Yeah. See, you get my language. So, I think it sucks really bad, right? That's we're not the big, but it's not over. But how many of these can they do? Like,
man, it just
Josiah Sharma worked out, and that's early. But as you go into the season, there's going to be times where they're going to have to flip their focus to, let me give Ja'Cory Moore a call. Obviously, right now I think they're about to hit a blackout period anyway, because both high school, all these guys are going in the season tomorrow. Right? Yeah. But high school football starts tomorrow. Speaking of high school football, 2026 quarterback commit Dia Bell plays tomorrow on ESPN.
On ESPN. Yep.
So shout out to him. Good luck to him in his season. He is one guy I'm very excited to have on the 40 acres.
Yeah.
I think he's got some crazy talent, and I'm very excited to have him. So, but anyway, congratulations to Michael Fasusi. Now we flip to I think Ended Antling is tomorrow. No, tomorrow.
Is he?
Or somebody's tomorrow. Jesus Christ. We literally just talked about this.
Jonah's when?
Jonah is Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
Jonah Williams is on Saturday. And he will announce Saturday at 2 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. So, and he is down to Texas A&M, and LSU. So
Yeah, that's a again
Texas guys feel really confident. LSU guys feel same thing you hear with everybody, right? Everybody feels confident that they're going to land them. Of course, Fong put out a Fong bomb this morning, stating that he's hearing that he's coming to Texas, right?
Yep.
So is that I've heard Fong bongs before and they've been incorrect. So I'm kind of at that point that I'm not falling for it, man. Like I don't. I'm just not falling for it, bro. I don't know how you feel, but I'm just not falling for it.
So here's my thing. Jonah Williams is a kid that we have again. I know I said this about Fasusi. I know I said this about Decorian Moore. These guys are like instant starters, bro. Like
Yeah.
what we're looking at here, we're looking at these generational talent type kids like Kelvin Banks, who's basically started since he stepped on the 40. These type of guys don't just there's not a lot of them, right? And so we're talking about three right now. We're talking about three of the best kids in the country out of the state. Not only is like Jonah Williams is not only a safety, he's also the number one rated linebacker in the state and in the country. Like that's not a you don't run across that. Like his player rating, I think that the 247 gave him was like a 98. Like
it's pretty insane.
It's crazy because a lot of the people are like, oh well, look at these ratings and these ratings don't mean anything. Well, when they're that high, they usually mean something. I.e. Quinn Ewers, i.e. Vince Young, i.e. If I'm not mistaken, who's another one that was just crazy high? Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
these are not these are not just
these are the best of
regular.
the best, right?
These are this is the cream of the crop. We're not talking about players that will eventually develop into better talent. We're talking about the guys that they're at the tip of the spear, and you can't have too many of these leaving the state. In my opinion, when you have somebody like a Jonah Williams may not even start at. I mean, Jonah Williams might not even start as the starting safety, but I definitely feel like he can make an impact at linebacker, which is one of the things that we need to do. So Jonah is a tall kid. He's 6'3", he's 203. He's out of Galveston, again, another one of our guys. And it's just important that we land him. Again, he's scheduled to announce a commitment on Saturday. The guys that are looking at him again, LSU, A&M. Listen, A&M. I'm not gonna say I'm worried about A&M, but I am more worried about LSU than I am A&M. LSU is just on a freaking tear.
They're killing it right now, right? And they're coming into our state and taking our guys.
They're on a tear, and LSU is building something. Now, listen, do we know what we've seen before in the past? And again, we've seen it with A&M. We've even seen it with Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia. After them winning back-to-back national champions, is like not all of these kids are gonna stay. I don't necessarily know what the rules are with these other schools, with them testing the market. Not too many kids from Texas leave. I think just because, again, what Sark has put in place as far as if you declare for the portal, you can't come back. I don't see a lot of those, no matter who you are. I don't see a lot of those. I don't see a lot of Texas kids getting out there unless they just absolutely aren't finding the playing time that they're looking for. But it is a possibility that, things can happen. People can jump in the transfer portal. People can decommit. It's all a part of the game. Again, what I don't want to do, and it's exactly what you just said, is like having to fight this battle. If he flips it, or if he says, I'm going to LSU. So now what do you do if you're Texas? Do you leave him alone? Or do you continue to talk to him? Do you continue to try to develop a relationship to get these guys to come back to Texas or to stay in state? I don't know what's going to happen. I'm glad I'm not in the recruiting area, because I would get pissed. I'm too sensitive for the flipping of recruits, and so like that would make me mad, because I know I've heard some of the conversations. I've seen the conversations that people have within the recruiting ranks, and a lot of these kids are like, yeah, I'm coming, and then flip, and that would make me angry. I would not like. I understand it's a profession, and that's why I'm not in it.
Yep.
People tell me all the time, "Hey, Tim, man, maybe you should coach." I'm not B. Weezy. I'm not Coach Ware. I'm not. I can't do it. I don't have. You have to be some kind of special to not only want to play football, but to be to work in the front office of a football team, no matter what the division. It doesn't matter if it's college. It doesn't matter if it's pros. It don't matter if it's semi-pro or arena. Like you have to have the right type of personality, and I don't believe I have it. So shout out to the people that are out here recruiting these kids that want to come to your school, but they only want to come to your school because they want the big deal, or they don't dream to play for that school, and they're just going there to get some PT, and then they plan on transferring the next year. Shout out to you, because I would take that personal. I would take it.
No, I think following recruiting is a lot of fun from like a fan perspective.
Oh yeah,
like,
from a fan perspective, it's awesome.
Yeah, but no, I agree. As a coach, it's a layer of. This is the reason why a lot of coaches aren't college coaches anymore, right? This is why they're going to the NFL,
right?
Or they're not head coaches; they're OCs, right? Or Chip Kelly, yeah, I know.
Chip Kelly, that's his dog. Chip Kelly getting paid.
He's done. So shout out to everyone that can do it. You have to be a special type of person. You have to have a certain type of patience, right? In order to get something like this to happen. So shout out to them. But I do have the list now.
Nick Brooks, teenagers, by the way. Yeah,
that too. Nick Brooks, the 4-star offensive lineman, is announcing tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Okay.
That's who was tomorrow. Jonah Williams is Saturday, 6 p.m. We tweeted that out earlier this week. Shout out to Twitter's top tweets, because that's how I found it. And then Aiden Anding will be also on the 24th, which is Saturday. But I don't see a time here yet.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's either before Jonah Williams. Because Jonah Williams, I think, is going to be on 247, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if it's going to be 247. I don't see anything that says it is or it's not. But it just says that he's Saturday at 6 p.m. is all I know. I don't know where it's going to be. At least I'm not seeing anything on where it's being broadcasted at. I can tell you right now, Aiden Anding is trending LSU.
What?
Yeah. According to On3, there is a 75% chance that he goes to LSU.
We just talked about this 2-3 weeks ago that Aiden Anding was going to come to Texas. Literally.
That's what they're saying. I don't know the validity of that, so don't quote me on it. But I'm looking at their recruiting, which I've never seen this in my life, so I don't know how possible it is, but it's 75% LSU, 23% Texas. And it's like 1% Arkansas, which nobody gives a shit about. So, but we'll see what happens. Again, with this recruiting class, you just don't know, right? Things change way too rapidly with this recruiting class.
This is by far one of the most fickle recruiting classes I've ever seen in my life.
It's hard, man.
It's
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Do you recall a worse, a more worse of a recruiting class as far as like changing their mind on where they're gonna go? I can't think.
I've seen if you think about 2021 when Texas flips all the offensive linemen from Oregon, but that wasn't that's normal flips, right? Like that was a crazy 24, 48 hours where 3-4 guys flipped from
Right.
various places to Texas, right? But I've never seen it to where as the recruiting cycle continues, things are just flipping, right? This might be the new college football. This could be part of what the new college football looks
I absolutely hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I love following it, but yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I definitely hate it. I'm not following this prediction machine because it's the only thing it's the only thing I've seen. So see what happens with Aiden Anding. He was trending Texas for a while. He is from Louisiana, Ruston, Louisiana, so that's something to keep in mind. He's a hometown kid.
He's a Louisiana kid.
He's a Louisiana kid.
Yeah,
so,
he's gone. He's gonna.
So that's something to keep an eye out for. But again, you just never know. So pay attention. Nick Brooks tomorrow, Aiden Anding, and Jonah Williams on Saturday. If we can get 2 of those 3 guys, I'll be very happy. Especially the 2 5-star guys. Listen, if we get Jonah and if we get Jonah Williams and Jesus, what was I thinking about?
Jonah and
Nick Brooks. If we can get Jonah and Nick Brooks out of this weekend, heading into Jamie French week, I'll be perfectly okay.
Okay.
So I will be completely okay if we get those 2 guys going into next week. So
this and
it's looking pretty good from what I'm hearing.
Okay.
So, but we'll see. DeCory Moore looked great. Didn't happen. Michael Fasisi looked great. Didn't happen. So we'll see. Anyway, no more depression. Let's talk about some fun stuff.
Facts.
So we talked about this last week. CDC and Trev Alberts combined for a Texas and Texas A&M press conference.
Yes.
And that press conference, to nobody's surprise, revealed that there's the official title or rebranding of the Texas versus Texas A&M game to the Lone Star Showdown with sponsored by Cotton, whatever, which I think is a very interesting sponsor for this showdown. I'm happy that it's not something stupid where it's they're gonna play the AT&T Stadium because that would have pissed me off.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's staying as a home at home. So that'll begin this year. I don't think there's a trophy associated to it, but I would be surprised if there wasn't, because even Red River has a trophy associated to it.
Well, the original Lone Star Showdown, it's just a state of Texas. It's the state of Texas, and it has the logo, and it's in your traditional brown and gold trophy. It's not like the golden hat. It's not like the little brown jug. It's literally just the state of Texas, like a trophy with the state of Texas on it. And I'm fine with that if they keep that. I haven't seen anything new. So I like to keep it like that. I mean, even the Rangers Astros trophy, I don't know if you know this, but the Rangers and Astros have a trophy. Did you know about that?
Yes, they play every season series. Yep.
Okay, well, yeah, the Golden Boot. So they got that. I don't see anything significantly changing. So I think that's just what it's gonna be. Continue to have that trophy. I'm kind of glad they kept it that way. Again, I'm not a big fan of the Lone Star Showdown. The
title.
I'm the Lone Star Shootout. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah, that's what it used to be called back in the day. So
yeah, but
hey, it doesn't matter. Texas A&M's never going to win it anyway. So hopefully they're never worried about what it's called.
Okay, all right, that's how you feel.
I will confirm these details, but I also maybe Trev Alberts was drunk, or maybe he just doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. But I saw a video of Trev Alberts saying that Texas and Texas A&M will also track of sports throughout the entirety of the collegiate season, and there will be an overall trophy for like amount of wins head to head for all their sports
For
combined.
all sports.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that. But at the same token, just another team Texas A&M will never win. So if there is one, you go ahead and put it in the books. If there isn't, I don't really care.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go on the record and say this. And you know, I'm not a trash talker like that, but I'm gonna go ahead and say the first 3 seasons of this, if this is a legitimate thing, you might as well just wrap that up and
just send it on to Austin.
You're not beating us in volleyball. You're not beating
not beating us in softball.
No,
not beating us in football. Not beating us in any track.
Not track.
Maybe basketball. Because
maybe
they actually have a pretty good. They do have a pretty good basketball.
Maybe
team.
Basketball and maybe baseball. But we got.
I mean, even baseball. Even their coach didn't think they were good enough.
And they were national champion runner-up.
Yeah, like. So what are we really talking about? And we took all their recruits. Who are they recruiting now?
We took all their recruits. Oh.
So what are we talking about? So anyway, the Lone Star Showdown is what it's be called officially. That's really all I got to say on it. Obviously, as the season goes on, we will talk about the game the day after Thanksgiving, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, because apparently that had to be a thing. It couldn't just stick on to Thanksgiving Day.
It's supposed to be on Black Friday. It's always been on Black Friday.
No, it's always been Thanksgiving night. Remember, because you watch the NFL during the day, and then you watch Texas versus Texas A&M Thanksgiving night.
You're right. I remember it being on Black Friday a couple times.
Towards the end, maybe.
Towards the end, but you're right. It has always been the night of Thanksgiving. You watch the Cowboys play in the afternoon, and then at nighttime, you watch the Longhorns play. And usually for me, as a Longhorn fan and a Cowboy fan, it either went really, really good or really, really bad. Because usually,
I mean, as a Longhorn fan, more times often than not, growing up, it went really, really good.
I mean,
I think in my lifetime of like knowing like the game on Thanksgiving, I think we were like 12-3.
Yeah,
or 12-5 or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, it was.
And I'll tell you right now, there might be only one of those 5 losses I like actually remember.
Yeah, because we even beat the Johnny Manziel team. The year they had Johnny Manziel,
we never played the Johnny Manziel team. Now, if we played the Johnny Manziel team, we would not have won. They were already in the SEC.
It was after. It was right after.
Yep.
It was right after.
The last game was the Justin Tucker kick.
That's right.
And then they went to the SEC.
Right. They went to the SEC the following year. And that is when Johnny Manziel took off.
I think, honestly,
2013, 2014, or 2012, 13, and 14. Yeah.
The last time Texas lost to Texas A&M.
In football?
Dude, I'm not trying to be an asshole. Like, I honestly do not remember the last time, like, the game that we lost to them.
Maybe 2000.
Was it 2011? No. 2010?
I don't remember 2010.
Oh, no. We lost to them when they had, like, a bat. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up now because I honestly don't remember. Like no joke, I don't remember.
That's crazy.
If
I'm not mistaken, I want to say 2003?
10. Oh, 2010, they came to Austin and beat us. They came to Austin and beat us the year before, the year after Colt McCoy graduated.
Oh, that was David Ash. The David
Ash year. Yeah.
That's
why I don't remember it. Yeah, that's why I don't remember it.
What was that? What was that year? What was the score?
2010. I think they had like a backup or somebody that played or something like that. But yeah, before that, the last time we lost to them was 2007.
Okay.
So 2007 we lost back to back. 2006, 2007. 2006 was that nasty game, the very defensive game, 12-7 that they beat us. That was that disgustingly gross, brutal game that they beat us in. But before 06, the last time they beat us was 99. So, I mean, it still tracks. Like,
Yeah.
I only remember them beating us a handful of times. They beat us 3 times since the year 2000. So what are we talking about? It's like being It's like being a Colts fan and playing in Jacksonville. We haven't won in Jacksonville in 12 years, right?
What?
So anytime that the Colts go to Jacksonville, I would be stupid to pick the Colts because we haven't won there in 12 years.
Yikes. We
haven't won in 10 or 12 years or something crazy.
That's like David Garrard when David Garrard was playing.
Andrew Luck never. The last time we won in Jacksonville, Peyton Manning was the quarterback. It was like it might have been his last year there.
That's
that crazy. He had before he got hurt.
Yeah, that was 2012.
The Super Bowl year. The Super Bowl year. 2009.
Oh God.
Maybe Andrew did win. No, Andrew Luck won there once. So we hadn't won there since 2011, 2012.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, it's been a long time. So long I don't even remember how long it's been. So, but anyway, we're not here to sob. We're here to be joyous. A&M sucks.
Looking forward to playing A&M again. That game has a lot of precautions on it. That game is going to have a lot of money invested in it, especially if A&M is up. Also, that could, again, that's a situation with recruits that definitely is going to play a big factor into that now. So, that winning that game is important, just as important as winning the Oklahoma game. You can't lose those games. You have to beat those games because there's too much riding on it, and it's late in the season. That's the last game of the season. It's the last game of the season.
Not only is it late in the season, it's the last game of the season, right? And you know what? If you lose the game next year or you slip up in a couple of years, I'm okay with that. It's gonna happen, right? You cannot lose that game this year.
Yeah,
the first year it's back. You cannot lose that game.
Right.
Cannot lose that game, especially in Kyle Field. If you go there and you beat them, Twitter accounts are getting deleted.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you cannot lose that game this year. This year, if you lose it next year or you slip up, whatever, but you cannot lose that game this year. I think I would beg to say, from a rivalry perspective, winning that A&M game is more important than winning Red River.
Dude, to me, they're equally as important. They're equally as important because they both have so much riding recruiting wise. Can you not hear me?
Oh, I'm getting like this weird buzzing sound. Can you hear that?
No, absolutely not. I can't hear it. Maybe your phone's too close to your PC. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I listen. I can't put one over the other. Historically, it's the way that I remember it as a kid. It was A&M, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Arkansas, A&M, A&M, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Arkansas, and what was that other one? I think Tech. People sprinkled Tech in there. Again, remember all of those teams. What are the correlations with them? There's some form of red. So, like,
oh, that's actually pretty fun. There's some shade of red.
They're all some form of red. So, yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing back then.
I didn't even think about that.
I can't put one or the other. I think both of them are equally as important, especially now. But
yeah, I think they're equally as important. But if I were to say, give me one, if I could only have one this year, I'm taking that A&M game over the Oklahoma game.
Okay.
Just because of the hype, the time, where it's at, the time of year. It's the last thing that A&M's probably going to remember all year if they win because they're not doing anything else.
They got a pretty hard schedule. They got a A&M.
Like they could go 5-7 this year. So
A&M,
if we're one of those 5, we're never going to hear the end of it.
no, we can't be
So-
number 5. We can't be the 5th one.
We can't be it. Or we can't
A&M
even be the one that gets into a bowl game, right? We can't be either of those guys.
We can't be the reason why they get into the bowl game, or we can't be the only. Could you imagine if we
They were our only loss?
If we ran the dog,
Even if we won the national title, bro, that asterisk would be there.
they would be like, "You still have to."
We beat the national champions.
We beat the national champions. Like, dog,
Bro, that would hurt.
No.
That would hurt you. So, moral of the story is don't lose the damn game.
don't lose your rivalry games.
Don't lose either of them. But especially this year, do not lose to A&M.
No, this is not the year to do it. With the way that these recruits are so fickle, if Texas messed around and lost Oklahoma and A&M, it would
It's gonna be brutal.
chaos.
Oh, look at Venables is better. Venables and Elko are both better than Sark. No.
Can't have that.
I don't care. Listen, if you go 12-2 and win a national title and lose those 2 games, I really don't care. I mean, that'd be kind of crazy.
Would you take the national championship if Texas lost to A&M and Oklahoma?
Hell yeah.
Speaking of that, we have a CFP prediction. I took the liberty to chew up 5 hours out of my day to literally go in and do a schedule predictor, and this is what I have, guys. So we have been talking throughout the season about what teams we're going to get or what Texas was going to do. From what we have right now, the only loss that Texas has is against Georgia. And that is what I did. So the reason why, or what you see here, is what I believe is going to be the college football the college football playoff. Again, these are my predictions. Harish is going to come next week with his predictions. So I'm going to keep this very, very short, very, very sweet, and very, very simple, because this is not a hard situation. I went based on each individual schedule, and each individual schedule I looked at and I chose what team was going to win, lose, or draw. So Clemson, I did have Clemson winning out of the ACC. The reason why I have Clemson winning out of the ACC is because, unfortunately, other than Miami and maybe Florida State, which I have Florida State, unfortunately, in a down year this year, I don't have them winning and being in the ACC championship. I do have them coming in third. So that is why
who?
You have Florida. I mean, you have Clemson and Miami. If you look at number 11, there's Miami. Right, yeah. Okay. Next, I have Ohio State winning the national championship at 13-0. Honestly, the only real hiccup that Ohio State has, in my opinion, is Penn State.
You don't think they're going to struggle against Oregon?
No, I don't trust Dylan Gabriel. I trust Dylan Gabriel in a fact of, I feel like he's going to, like, I don't trust him in the big games. So that's why they have 2 losses. I do have them losing to Ohio State. I did have them losing to Penn State, if I'm not mistaken. No, I had them losing to Michigan because they have to go to Michigan, and it's going to be late in the year. Looking at these games, guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. There's no reason why ratings should dip at all in college football. This might be, and I think me and Harish have spoke on this before. This, and I'm not trying to hype this up, this might be the greatest year of college football ever. This is
I agree. That's not hype. That's real life.
The matchups that some of these, dude, in November, it is crazy. Usually you see teams playing like Alabama playing like Tennessee, Chattanooga, or something like that. Dude, you got like week 9, you got like crazy matchups week 9 through 13, crazy matchups.
Insane.
I have Kansas. I have Kansas coming out. Now, this was tough because I had Kansas actually undefeated until they ran across Utah and they lost. But then I had them coming back in the playoffs, and then or not the playoffs, I'm
The Big
sorry,
12
the
championship
conference
game.
championship, and I had
Yeah.
Kansas coming out on top. Really, if you think about it, Kansas, the only to me, their biggest opponents are going to be Kansas State, because Kansas State is always good, especially on defense, and Utah.
Okay.
Because Cam Rising's been there for 8,000 years. Shout out to him. Of course, I have Texas coming in at number 2. Now, the reason why they're coming in at number 2 and Georgia's coming in at number 7 is because I have Georgia actually losing in the SEC championship, and I have Georgia
So
losing.
you have Texas winning the SEC.
I have Texas winning the SEC. Here's why. I think there's a fight between Georgia. Georgia has a bye. They're lucky. Georgia has a bye right after they play Texas, but I think they stumble and they end up falling. And I can't remember exactly who it was, but it's not a cheesy opponent. Like, they have a legitimate game. Like, this is not a game that you overlook. I can't remember off the top of their head, but they have a significant game. They like the way their schedule is set up. It's like Alabama break next game, and then the next week, and then they after Texas, it's another bye week. So whoever set them up, set them up really, really nice. So again, I have Tulane getting in there because Tulane has always been an up and coming team. They're really, over the last couple of years, they've really just been getting the love that they should have. But they're really good. Notre Dame, to me, has the easiest schedule out of all of these teams. Out of all of the teams, Notre Dame has the easiest route. Outside of maybe some late games, I don't think USC is going to be the USC that we know and that a lot of people love. And when you have that,
yeah,
when you have something like that happening, I think it's going to be a down year for USC. And when I mean down, I'm thinking like 3 or 4 losses. That's down to USC.
Well, USC wasn't USC like 7-5 last year.
Yeah, they were worse, but I think they'll bounce back. I think they'll have a better year. I just don't think it'll be a 10-2,
like a 10-win.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a 10-win season.
They have a brutal schedule.
I got Oklahoma coming in at number 8. Again, Oklahoma has a really, really hard schedule, but Oklahoma does have good offensive line and good defensive line. And I don't like admitting that, but when you have those, that can carry you a long way. We don't necessarily know what the quarterback situation is going to be. I don't trust the quarterback, but what I do know is that they got a hell of a tailback and they can run the ball. That's what I do know. And if they have a decent defense, they're going to win a lot of games. And I think they'll have a decent defense enough to contend. I don't think they're going to be dog walking a bunch of people, but I think they have enough to contend. Alabama 10-2. I know it sounds crazy. I don't see Alabama losing a lot of games, even with Kevin DeBoer there. That dude's a quarterback whisperer. I don't necessarily know like how he's able to get these quarterbacks to shine. Jalen Milroe, I think he's going to be doing a lot more running this year. I don't necessarily know, like, I don't think wide receiver is their strongest focal point. I think running the football is going to be their best focal point. And if Kevin De Bruyne, if anybody can do it, it's going to be Kevin De Bruyne to smooth them out. Miami. Again, the only loss I have them having is against Clemson. I think they take care of business the majority of the time. I don't see them having a super difficult schedule, and that is why they're there. Oregon's just straight out Oregon outside of the quarterback. I don't really trust Dylan Gabriel. A lot of people still like Dylan Gabriel. I can't lie, like they're stacked at receiver. They live from across the board. Like they whatever you want, they got it. Whatever
Yeah,
you want,
they're really good.
they're really, really good. And then Penn State, I have Penn State coming in at number 10, barely making it. The only reason why I have Penn State at 10 is because obviously they lost to Ohio State. They're the second place to Ohio State. I think at first, from what I was looking at, it looked like Penn State was in the top 4. As soon as I hit that advance button and I had them losing to Ohio State, they fell to number 10. So they were top 4. Like they were in there. They were probably right up there with Clemson and Ohio State. Like they looked like they could have been like one of those teams they got to buy. And then lastly, of course, Georgia. And the only reason why Georgia is number 7 is because they lose that game to Texas. Georgia was also one of those teams that was on the fringe. And with that being said, they lost to Texas. I had them losing to Texas because again, two lost teams. Some's got to give. So Georgia ended up being at number 7. So that's what I have right now. Harish is going to have an update for you guys next week. I pretty much, it took me a while. It took me about 5 hours to really look at this and to get this to a point to where I was like, I'm okay with this. I did have to go back and restart just because there were teams that were there, and I was like, I really don't think that they're going to be this good. LSU was one.
I don't think LSU's
I had LSU. It was so hard to pick between LSU and Alabama. Like it was hard to pick that game.
Was it?
Yeah, dog, because it's like if I'm not mistaken, Alabama was at LSU.
Oh,
That
probably
like
gonna be a night game.
it's a night, dude. It's something magical about that game, regardless of what people say. That LSU Auburn or that LSU Alabama game, it's a crazy game, especially when it's something super special about it when Alabama plays at LSU. It's just it's
different.
I don't know what's in the air, but you guys let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna post it later on tonight on a TikTok. I'm also gonna post it on our Twitter channel. So let me know what you guys think. Who do you have? Do you have something similar to that? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know, and yeah, hit us up in YouTube. Let us know below what you think. Again, even with that, like I could see Oregon being higher. I can see Penn State being possibly higher because what if like any of those teams? I think like if you think about like Ohio State could go perfect and then get to that championship game. Dog, you think they're just gonna speed race Michigan? They ain't done that in a long time. They have it hasn't been a big gap but in that game in quite some time. And so when you have games like that, and then the conference championship is there is no double 2-week preparation. That's gone.
Yeah, after the last week, you got to go.
You got to go. So
after conference championship week, that very next week is the first week of the playoffs.
That's awesome. A lot of those games literally came down to like, all right, you got a conference championship again, or you got to play against Michigan. This is your last game. Now you got to go into a conference championship and play Penn State. Like,
yeah, unless you win.
Yeah,
you lose that conference championship game, you're screwed, man.
You might, yeah. It goes from getting yourself rested and prepared and getting that bye to now you have to go on the road to play somebody.
That's the beauty of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't agree with any of your conference champions.
That's fine.
And I will tell you right now, I have Oregon winning the Big Ten. Because I trust Dylan Gabriel more than I trust Will Howard. I have Ohio State losing 2 games.
I like Ohio State's receivers more than I like Oregon's. And Ohio State has a better track record of playing in some trash weather. Oregon, not so much. Now, don't get me wrong. Oregon does have, Washington is not Autzen is not necessarily the beach, right? It's always rainy, it's cold,
Yeah.
but that
There's not
Midwest,
snowing.
traveling to the Midwest during November, that's gonna be hard.
Sure. Yeah, but it's going to be very interesting. I also am shocked you don't have Ole Miss in there.
I had Ole Miss losing 3 games.
Damn. Yeah, it's gonna be significantly different.
I had
Let me just to let you guys know. Let me tell you who I have as conference champions. So I have Oregon winning the Big Ten. I have Arizona winning the Big 12. I have Georgia winning the SEC. And I have Florida State winning the ACC.
okay. That's fair. Listen,
But that's what's so crazy. Like this year is there's not one team that's just like that much better than everybody else. All these teams are so good, and they all play each other.
The only reason why Ohio State is where they are because their receiving core is just fucking crazy. Like
Let me see. Hold on a second. Ohio State roster. Because they got Igbuka, right? That's obviously crazy. But who else do they have?
I don't know. I have no idea. This really just hurt my heart. I just got a message.
Oh, Jeremiah Smith, the freshman. That dude's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be really good.
In our group chat for the college football dynasty, Coach Ferogan says I'm free anytime tomorrow. In the meantime, go practice and lie to your players and say that they have a chance to beat us.
Who is he playing?
He's playing Huge MB, which is Memphis.
Oh,
I really thought I was going to get this game tonight. I'm not going to lie. I really thought we were going to be able to get this game.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to play my game until tomorrow. I might not even play until Saturday. I think I'm going to go pick up Wukong tonight.
Don't, dog.
But I need to play this game. I have to play this game.
That game, guys, listen.
I can't wait anymore.
We love games. I can't wait. I can know.
5 years for this game.
I've been trying so hard to wait to play this game on the PlayStation. I mean, on the Xbox.
I'm not waiting.
I don't know if it's coming. Like honestly, we know it's coming because they announced it. It's still being advertised of it coming to the Xbox. At what time, I don't necessarily know. They're saying before the end of the year.
I don't think it's coming this year.
I don't think I can wait. I've been watching a lot of people play it.
Oh.
And everybody plays the game differently.
Yeah.
Everybody
this game had 2.2 concurrent players at once for a single player game not named Grand Theft Auto.
That's crazy.
I think I'm gonna play this game tonight. So but we gotta get out of here. It's 1:15. So we've been on for over an hour. Those are Tim's predictions. I will get mine next week. I'll do it the same way, and then we'll also do our Final Four and our national champion.
Yep.
It's also game week next week, folks. We are here 9 days until Texas takes the field against Colorado State. Very, very excited. Cannot wait. Football is finally back.
It is back. We're in the final week of preseason.
In between time, Tim,
We're in the final week of preseason. We got week 0 this weekend. Week 1 is next week. It's a good time. Bring out the barbecue pits. Make sure you guys drink responsibly this weekend. Don't do anything stupid. Stay off the road. If you've had one too many, stay off the road. And yeah, man, it's hot, but football is here. Because it was definitely 106 today. I was outside frying. I caught myself going on a walk today, dude. Almost
Where the hell did you walk to?
I just walked the neighborhood, dude. Just try to get the blood flowing, get more active, dog.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
so I'm not gonna lie, that itch is coming back about wanting to
I
play
found
football.
myself sleeping, so I took myself good on nap today. I had an exhausting day of work.
Man, shouts out to you, man. But yeah, in the meantime, in between time, that is my guy, the Uncle Gandhi.
I got this.
I am Tim Wayne.
You skipped over. You skipped over the real closer. Tim, where can the people find you?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. You can find me at Tim Wayne, of course, at the bottom of the screen. Make sure you guys follow us on YouTube. Make sure you guys follow us on all the social medias, TikTok and Twitter. We appreciate you guys on all facets, following us on all facets. But again, dog, if there's anything y'all want to talk about, we're definitely talking about a lot of stuff. Again, I'm gonna post what I think is going to happen in the college football playoff. Let me know what y'all think. If I'm stupid, if I'm dumb, if I'm smart, doesn't matter. We're all brilliant idiots at the end of the day. So
Well put. I like that. Brilliant idiots. You guys can find me at the Uncle Gandhi, also on Longhorn Fan Battle. But hey, my name's Harish. This is my guy Tim Wayne. We out of here. Peace.
Till Gabriel.
Go home, touchdown like your end zone.